This was the moment my cheap abandoned Mark 5 Golf GT TDI arrived at the driveway. And I never thought I'd actually double my money on this car. But before I reveal how much profit I made from this project, let's take it back to where it first started, on the driveway with a car I knew nothing about.
Guys, I've only gone and done it again. I've bought another abandoned car, but this time it is a Golf 2-litre TDI, but not just a TDI. Let's go to the front. This is the GT Sport, so this is the GT TDI.
And it's safe to say this car was looking pretty rough. From a messed up interior to some really mouldy bodywork. This Golf was in need of saving before it was too late. But let's talk about how I came to buy this car and how it ended up in this state.
So we've got the WD-40, we're just going to spray up the bonnet, but we're going to talk about what I know about this car. I've seen it quite a while, parked up on this guy's drive, so I decided to offer him some money. I think I got a good deal on this car. Only thing is, I don't know the exact mileage. I know when it was MOT'd last was 2022. It run out in 23, not been driven since. It hasn't even been MOT'd since, so the last mileage recorded was 113k, which if we just 10k average, we're looking at about 120, 130. So that's not too bad for one of these. So what happened? Basically, he hit a badger. That's why the front grille and the splitter's all hanging off. He wanted to get it fixed, parked it up, and it's not moved since. We're gonna have to look underneath it, make sure everything's all right. Obviously, I don't know if it's rusty or anything. Shouldn't be, it's been sat on a driveway, not on grass like that Audi. That Audi was horrendous. That's the story, that's all I know. I don't know if it runs, I've not heard it run. Haven't been able to get in the bonnet. We're gonna spray it up and try and get in.
So, taking some WD-40, a little patience and a pry bar, I managed to get the bonnet open, revealing the 2-litre engine intact.
So we've got the bonnet open. This lever just needed pulling over. As you can see, it's stuck. So we're going to need to free that up at some point, but it is easy to get in. The good news is we got an engine. It looks all right, actually. Everything's here, so we're just going to do a few checks. I have a new battery, so we're going to whack a new battery in. This thing's been dead for 12 months. There's no power at all, so I'm going to change that battery anyway. We'll check the levels. Ideally, I wanted to crank it by hand before I go and turn it over by the key, but I think we'll just send it. We'll put the battery on, turn it over, see what happens. I want to see what mileage is on this thing as well.
With that being said, I removed the old battery and replaced it with the new £78 one. I then checked if the engine had oil. Happy that the level was correct, it was now time to hear this car run for the first time.
This thing is going to run. Do you reckon it will? We got an ignition, 116,000. It's only done 3,000 since 2022. We've got over half a tank of diesel. All right, let's go. You ready? That sounds good. We're going to see if it goes forwards or backwards now. See if we got a clutch. We do have a few lights on in the dash. I'll have to clear those and see if they come back. Traction control, and there's a steering wheel on here, whatever that is. All right, let's see if it moves. Goes in gear nice. Well, it moves forward. How about backwards? Yeah. Clutch feels nice. Handbrake's good. Hey, I think we got a good in here. I'd say that's running nice.
Now I knew the engine ran, and ran really well. The mileage was a lot lower than I expected. I could now pull the Golf into the garage and begin the work to get this car MOT ready so I could get it sold. And the first job was freeing up that bonnet latch. We're successful now. We have a latch that obviously goes back. Obviously it was getting stuck over here, but I've got it moving now, so that's good. Now the latch was free, I could begin to give the Golf a well-deserved service, but before that I needed to get the car in the air.
I'm not chucking that. That'll go through the window. We got some stuff. We got some blueprint. I think it was £75 or something around there for all this. We've got the fuel filter, the air filter, the cabin filter, and the oil filter, and 5 litres of oil. I'm not sure how much this car takes yet. I will tell you once I know, because I will research it. Because that's what YouTube mechanics do. We research and then we do it ourselves. Let's get this under tray off then.
I successfully removed the under tray that was held on by 6,000 torque splits, located the sump nut bolt, and began to drain the old dirty oil out of this engine.
We've got the oil draining as we speak. It's very dirty, so it's a good job of changing it. So while that drains, we're going to swap the air filter over. Once we've done that, we're going to do the fuel filter. So we're going to allow that to drain for ages because there's a lot of crap in there basically.
Taking the old filter out and replacing it with a fresh new one.
We sandwich this back on and reverse, just tighten all them screws up, easy as that.
Now it was time for the fuel filter. It was all going well until...
Doing the fuel filter, and I got to the last bolt and it's rounded off, like completely rounded off. So I tried to chop it and everything to get the screwdriver on there. The bolt's that tight I can't, so guess what? It's not getting done. These screws are going back in and I give up because I'm not playing around with that. I'm going to put it all back together and then carry on with the oil.
So doing exactly that, I went back under and installed the new sump bolt. Cleaned up any residue, then went back up to the top to change the oil filter.
Oil filter is located just down here, guys. Oh my god. There's a common theme here, isn't it? They've torqued everything up to the absolute eyeballs. Like they've broke the plastic on the air filter box. If you service this car, you're a knob. This should not be this tight. This is a joke. Did that come undone or did it snap? It took a bar that you take wheel bolts off with to take me friggin' oil filter housing cap off. That is absolutely ridiculous. Everything's just too tight on this. Whoever serviced this, mate, I was thinking, I'm not even a mechanic and I'm not even that fucking special.
Now that stupidly tight cap was undone, I could remove the filter. I could put the new seal on and pop in the fresh new oil filter. Place that back into the filter housing and take in the snap-on torque wrench, torque it up to the proper spec.
4.3 litres. That's what we're going to put in. We got some advanced premium formulation. Never heard of it. But it's having it.
The service was now done, so I could clean up this messy engine bay. Transforming it from this into this, looking a lot better. That was the end of that day. I could now take the Golf out of the garage. We could carry on to another day where this Golf gets a wash inside and out.
Now cleaning a car is pretty boring, so I am going to be doing a lot of cinematics of the clean. I've stripped the front plates off and I've stripped the seats out, so we are ready to start this wash.
Taking the Auto Glim snow foam cannon, I could mix the snow foam with some water and begin covering the car in snow foam. Allow that to sit for a few minutes. Once that's been sitting for a few minutes, pressure wash it all off. Now mixing Auto Glim's body shampoo with some warm water, I could then begin the hand wash. And again, pressure wash all that off.
So guys, we are now going onto the inside. I've got it pretty wet in here because I've just jet washed all the door shuts, but I'm not really bothered because it needs cleaning anyway. We're dealing with mould here. We've got mould all over the gear selector and stuff. So with that being mould, when we obviously disturb it, you can get particles in the air and it's really bad for your chest. And I don't have a mask for it, but I do actually. Look at this bad boy. Bit overkill, but it's going to protect the lungs. Right, now I'm protected from nuclear deposit. Trying to spray everything and scrub everything. I don't have to worry about the mould anymore. I don't care how wet it gets to me as long as it's clean. Yeah, so we're going to scrub this and then we'll get back.
Now that I was protected from the mould, got a lot of scrubbing and a good load of hoovering. But eventually we got the interior looking a lot better than it was. And the exterior was looking so much better as well. And to finish the look, I added some fresh plates, getting rid of them old crusty ones.
All the brakes done because they're all rusted and knackered, and I'm going to be sorting out the front bumper because the bottom lip needs putting back on properly and the fog grille needs putting on, so we got one of them on the way. But that's the plan. We're going to get the brakes done. So the first thing we're going to do is get this car in the air.
Before jacking the car up, go ahead and crack off all the wheel bolts. Now the car is safe on axle stands, go ahead and remove the wheels and move them over out the way.
So guys, we got all the wheels off, and at first glance of the brakes, they look like they were new before the car was parked. As you can tell from the front here, it's literally nice and it's been greased. Where all the wheels came off easy, and you can see on the top here, like these discs were new, and look how much pads on them. Absolutely shitloads, but they're rusty as hell, so we are going to be replacing them, of course. There's no point in trying to keep them. It's had a new caliper by the looks, because this side's nice and clean. Obviously, this is an older one, so this is the one that was pretty stiff, so I'm hoping I can get this moving again. Same for the backs might be stiff as well, but the brakes have been done before it was parked. You can obviously tell, same as the rears, all greased. This part's nice and shiny, and there's no lip, and there's loads of pad on that. Looking at everything else, nothing seems broken, loose, no brake pipes are corroded. Handbrake cables, I'm not sure yet, but yeah. Let's start stripping these apart. I think I'll start on the front and then we'll work our way to the rear.
Starting on the front, I pop off the caliper retaining clip with a flathead screwdriver. Also pop out the caps covering the caliper sliders. Now taking my tool, I can undo the sliders holding the caliper to the carrier. These will need cleaning up later. Now go ahead and take the caliper off and remove the brake pads. Remove the bolt holding the caliper carrier to the hub. And now I can begin the cleanup ready for the new brakes to go on. And just like that, one side done. Now do the same on the other side.
This side is now done, went plain sailing. Nice and easy job on the front. Everything's in, all greased up, new brakes are in, lovely. So now we're on to the rears.
Pretty much the same as the front. First remove the screw holding the disc to the hub. Remove the 13mm bolts holding the calipers on, and then pop the calipers off. Remove the old disc. Wind back the caliper pistons. Like the front, clean everything up. Then go ahead and put the brakes back together. And just like that, one rear done with a tad too much copper grease. Now repeat the same on the other side.
There's all the brakes done, and it went lovely. Everything came undone, calipers have all wound back, nothing was seized, everything's gone together nice. So that's all the brakes done, front and back. So that is another big job ticked off the list. The new grille to go where the fog surround is, so we got that. We're going to put that in now, and then I just need to attach this bottom bit here. So I need to unscrew this, maybe half of this under lip here, and then just tuck it back in over there. Then that should be the front bumper done.
Without wasting any time, I popped the new fog grille in and tightened up the one screw holding it in place.
Now we got the grille on, looking real good. It's time to sort this bottom lip out. Let's get that back on.
And just like that, the front bumper was back in one piece.
So guys, front bumper's now done, all back together. These are the wheels, Scirocco wheels. They look quite nice actually. Get the MOT booked in, and then this car should be ready to sell.
Now the Golf is looking good, ready for the MOT. It's gone from being on the back of a truck looking like this to passing its MOT, so now I can reveal how much it sold for. So guys, as you can see from all that footage, we had quite a bit of work on the Golf GT TDI, and that's where it brings us today. It's been 2 weeks since the last clip, and the car has been MOT'd and sold. So before I tell you the profit, just like to say, if you've enjoyed the video and enjoyed that project, please give me a subscribe. And obviously we have this project on the go, the Golf GTI. As you can see, I've stripped the engine and there's just stuff everywhere. So that's my biggest project of to date on the go. I've got loads of stuff in the house for a full restoration of the underneath of the car, which will be next weekend's video. So yeah, subscribe and hope you are looking forward to that. I've upgraded the camera for you, so hopefully you can notice the difference on this footage at the end now. I've upgraded to the Lumix GH7, so it was a fair bit of price, but obviously it makes the content better for you guys. So if you notice anything wrong, just let me know, because it'll get used to this camera. There, that's that. The Golf's gone. It's sold to an 18-year-old. He came and got it, and he was absolutely in love with it. He's messaged me and said he loves the car. So how much did it sell for? So the total spend with buying the car, picking the car up, everything, all the parts, £1,126.70. How much did it sell for? So I put it up for $2,500. The guy knocked me down a bit because obviously I don't know if the cam belt was done, so I knocked off a few hundred for him because of that. Obviously, I'm nice like that, of course. So the full price I got for this car, £2,200. So let's work out how much profit that is. We made a profit of £1,073.30p, which I am absolutely over the moon with. I did not expect that, to be honest. I was going to keep the car for myself, but as soon as someone said they were going to come and get it, I let it go. It's gone for double the money near enough, so I had to let that car go. So there we go. We made a good profit on that. All that profit's gone straight into that. As you can see, there's the stuff everywhere. We got a lot of work on that car. But that's the end of the Golf GT TDI. So if you were here for the GT TDI, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope I've kept you satisfied with the videos. I am trying to upgrade everything. Right now I'm just using the sound off of the camera, just testing that. But I do have my mics, as you've seen from the past videos, so we will be hooking them back up. I've left them in the house, so we're just going to carry on as we are. So we're pretty much done with this video. But yeah, £1,073 profit. So that's the Golf gone. Full focus on this. Next week's video, I'm going to be stripping every suspension component off. I'm trying to get the rear axle off because I've got new everything, new subframes, discs, pads, calipers, coilovers, arms, link, you name it, I've got it. I need to strip everything off so I know what I've missed. I need like backing plates for the discs, but yeah, we're looking good. It's costing a lot of money, so if anyone wants to donate anything to help me, no, I'm joking. I'm not a skivvy. I'll pay for it myself. Right, that's the end of the video, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it, and catch you in the next one, which will be on the GTI.